Welcome to Week 8, State of the League Address. Got a little bit of a Halloween theme going on for this video. Kind of want to stop wearing the tie for this, but it's been sort of been my thing now for 1.5 seasons of the show, so I think it's too late to change it up. You do things that are too drastic to what you've already created for a show, like a style, you're going to end up like the show Lost, where it's kind of supposed to be like Gilligan's Island, and then it just turned into like robots and time travel and weird shit. Well, it seems the fantasy gods had answered my call when they injured Jamal Charles as I had wished. I cursed Kevin's team, but I didn't know that cost would come to me losing Arian Foster, as apparently I didn't know there was a sacrifice involved. So, to all you guys, you're welcome. I eliminated Kevin from the top of the charts, and he's falling pretty quickly. However, I didn't know that would cost myself. So, anyway, I want to recap here last week. I think all of you guys who are involved in our group chat, Sam picked up McManus, my former kicker, who I had to drop only because he had a bye week. So there's some talk about there was an unwritten rule not to touch him. Some people were talking about that. There's a big conversation about what are the unwritten rules of fantasy football. Do they exist? What are they? Well, lucky for you guys, I did some research. And I found my favorite, and I did a top 5 list for this segment. So I'm going to run them off to you. In my order that I kind of put together. Doesn't really matter. I just put a list together. Number 5. I think everyone is going to agree with this. Don't auto-draft intentionally. This will give you some type of backup for those people that will say, oh, my team's bad because it was auto-drafted. No, you're supposed to do the draft by yourself. No excuses. That doesn't give you any chance to say, computer drafted me. Some people make that complaint. No good in this league. No outside currency. So I know how tempting it can be sometimes for the jokes, how we offer candy bars to Kevin and Nick for players, although sometimes we do have to remind those two that we are, in fact, not serious, because they may actually go through with that trade. Number 3, I had don't make any ridiculous trade offers. I'm looking exactly right at you, and you know exactly who you are. I don't need to go into naming names, although some people right now watching this are probably saying that person's name. Number 2, I think this is most important, sort of most important. No collusion. That's the most obvious one. 2 people don't team up together and stack up a team against everybody else. Number 1, my favorite, because I think we all get annoyed over this and we actually overrun it too much, is responding to trade offers in a timely manner. I think we all send out trades, and it's funny because we'll do it, and 2 minutes later, text the group chat, be like, hey, accept or decline my trade. Check it out. We're so impatient with that, and I think it's hilarious, so we push that. So, doing my research, there's no unwritten rule about stealing kickers. Totally good. Sam is freed, even though it was my kicker. So I'll have to go with Josh Lambo. So last week's game of the week, I picked Scott over myself. I didn't think it was very hard, and I'm sorry, I sure didn't deliver or make it watchable. I lost by, 30 points, I think 75 to 105. So that was pretty easy. I did fail to make it even remotely interesting. I had Scott on a good week. Whatever, I got to pick right in League Pick'em, so whatever. Does anyone else check their fantasy league team almost every day while they're at work, religiously, maybe every half hour or so, thinking something's going to change? It's kind of like when you're at home and you're checking the fridge, seeing something changed, as if somebody magically went shopping. I just thought of that earlier today, so I had to write that down because it's ridiculous how much I check the same damn thing every day. Paper bag team of the week. Forgot the paper bag. Be right back. Okay, paper bag team of the week. I touched on it slightly. I hope I don't catch on fire right now. I'm giving it to myself. And why? Well, Kevin lost by 63 points, but I'm pretty sure everyone expected that. In the game of the week, I lost by 30. There's really no excuses. We all expected Kevin to get smoked. I had Scott on a good week, and my team really bailed out, so I get paper bag team of the week this week. What can you do? And then I looked at transactions. I want to get those through too because I want to keep this video shorter. I got feedback that people like these shorter videos. Transactions, I saw Luke picked up Alfred Blue. Scott picked up Kyrie Robinson. Although he's got Mark Ingram, so I'll happily let those two split as many carries as they want. It only helps the rest of us. I love my pickup. I got Nate Robinson. I got him at flex this week, and I'm really excited to have him. So I think he's going to do a lot better than, not Alan Hearns. I think he's all right, but whoever that other fucker from the Saints is, I forget his name. He's really sucked last week. I'm getting pissed. Sam picked up Eric Ebron. I think that's a big fluke. Calvin Johnson's finally starting to light it up. He only had a big week, Eric Ebron did, because Golden Tate had a big stinker. I don't think he's really going to do much going forward. Stud picked that Orleans guy from the Giants. There's 4 running backs in New York. He's not going to do shit. There's irrelevant fantasy. I don't want to be a homer, but I am giving this transaction of the week to myself. They're saying don't hype up Nate Washington, but Texans have no running game, okay? So I expect to air it out. I know they want to throw it to DeAndre Hopkins every single throw if they could. That's not realistic. Somebody's got to get it. I think it's going to be Nate Washington. I think he's going to be big. So second place, I do give to Scout Kyrie Robinson, and I'm going to give it to Luke. Third for Alfred Blue because I don't know how reliable he's going to be going forward because he had one good game when Arian Foster was out, so I think it'll be a little bit of him and Polk there. So pick him for this week. I went 4-2 last week, so did Moan. Moan's really killing it percentage wise. Luckily I passed Sam because he forgot to play. Zuck doesn't really look like he plays that much. He's done like 5 picks all year, which is kind of odd. He's like doing 1 a week. Anyway, I don't really have analysis because I want to keep these videos a little shorter, but the pick 'em, for no exact reason, I am still picking myself over Stud tonight. I do believe that I am going to beat him, not just because I'm being a homer again. I just think that I-Team is actually still going to pull off the win, and I know you guys will say refer to the projections, and I think they're bullshit. And I'll kind of get to that, I think, somewhere. I may have that note. The next pick'em, I do have Ryan beating Kevin. Kevin may not win another game all year, so that's an easy pick. I am picking Scott over Nick, but I do think that is going to be a closer game than I think you guys are believing. Nick has certainly improved from how much we were making fun of him earlier in the year. Sam over Moan. This is my surprise upset of the week. I don't know if this is where I referred to the projections. I'm not really going to get into that, but let it just be known. Some of the projections are bullshit. Don't take those to heart. Some I do agree with, but a lot of them I think are overrated or underrated on certain players. So, and the other matchup here, I got Luke over Sean. I think, that's just a pick. Anyway, that game's not going to be very interesting. Game of the week, I think this is actually a really big pick. If you two know who you are, I haven't been touched yet. I'm going to pick Zuck over Alex this week. There's 2 reasons why I'm picking this game. The loser here is nearly going to be eliminated from the playoffs. They're both 3-4, so this game has huge implications for playoffs going forward. If you lose this game and go 3-5, digging yourself in a huge hole. So if you can win this game and they're going to go to 4-4, that's going to be a way better position. So there's huge implications riding on that game. I'm going to keep my eye on that one because I'm just 1 game right above both of those guys. So I think that'll be a good one. But anyway, that's all I had for everybody. Happy Halloween, and good luck to everybody in fantasy week number 8, except for Stud. I hope the Patriots lay a giant egg tonight. Have a good one.